What's up, everybody? My name is Sudi. I'm sure you guys have seen me on the podcast before many times, but now I'm behind the camera. And today I'm joined by Michaela Mitchell. Michaela is the head of our sales team here at Uncovering Greatness. And today we just want to have a chat a little bit about the cash flow game that we did. So, Michaela, how goes it? How are you?
Very good, thanks. Very excited for what's coming. Very busy.
Yeah. So we're doing this big cash flow game. We're doing the biggest cash flow game ever done in Africa. We're doing it at Emperor's Palace on 25th of May at the Rent Roman Shed at Emperor's Palace. Why do you think that it's important to play the cash flow game, firstly?
It simulates life. It's a little bit like Monopoly on steroids. Teaches you about financial literacy. And at the end of the game, if you go bankrupt or you learn some pretty hard lessons, you can pack it up, put it away, and come play again tomorrow. And I think that's what's really important, is you learning life lessons, but you can pack it up and put it away, rather than taking the risk outside, seeing how it works out. You can't do anything. If you go bankrupt, you're bankrupt.
So, probably besides talking about the cash flow game, I think for me the main reason of doing this video was to talk about young women your age and just women in general, talking about financial literacy. Why do you think it's important for women to learn about financial literacy?
So that you never have to rely on a man. I think that's the main thing. It's not about being a big feminist or coming out with a cardboard picket fence. It's about just so that if something happens, if you're married and something happens to your partner, you can still live. You can still, survive. You can make money if you know how. You don't have to rely on whatever he leaves you or his life policy. And on the other spectrum, it's, you can marry for love. A lot of people marry for money, as sad as it sounds. People do that, and if you know about money, if you know how to make money and you're financially literate, you don't have to marry for money. You can marry for love, and you can find the person that you want to be with forever and, work together.
And that's an interesting point there you make, because it seems like right now for yourself personally, in your own personal life, you're on this journey and learning how to make money for yourself.
Yeah.
What's that been like as a young female, learning how to make money for yourself and learning how to generate income for yourself?
It's been very empowering. It's been a lesson. I've had a lot of lessons along the way, knowing how to manage your money, learning how to make money. Setting goals is an important thing. So, okay, how do I get there? What do I need to get there? Because I find that when you set goals, you have something to work towards. Especially recently, learning about money, learning to make money has been super important. My boyfriend, for those of you who don't know, is going to the Olympics, and he's a world record holder in rowing. South Africa does not pay rowers, especially Olympic rowers, very much. So I would like to give him the ability to go to the Olympics, win medals, do what he wants to do, and I would like to make the money so that he doesn't have to worry about that. And I enjoy what I'm doing, so it's not like I'm sacrificing. So it gives us both the ability to have a family, to grow together, and he can go, if there is no funding, he can go off and keep growing, and I'll help make the money.
Mm. So would you say that you've used sort of what you like? How long have you been building the cash flow now?
At least 10 years.
Oof, that's a long time.
Yeah.
And would you say that you've implemented, or at least tried to implement some of the stuff that you've learned from the game into your actual life?
Definitely. I don't own any properties, but it's given me the understanding of, where money comes from, what to do with money, a greater understanding of money, and having money, knowing next steps, and I think that's been very powerful. Also knowing how to create money and realizing that you do need to be able to sell in order to create money, not just products yourself. You need to be able to sell yourself into doing things and allowing yourself to learn and grow.
And I'm not 100% sure of the dates, but I mean, it's been a few years now that you've sort of ventured into the crypto space.
Yeah.
Would you say that what you've learned from playing the cash flow game helped you get into that easier in the sense of knowing what to do next or what you would like to do next type of thing? Would you say that playing the cash flow game helped you get into the crypto space easier?
It has. I had a great understanding of money, great understanding of assets, and growing those investments. I think the biggest thing was when I first bought into crypto, it wasn't about getting crypto so that I could use it as a monthly exchange or to pay my monthly expenses. It was to create money so that I had options. So I created an investment not to give me money monthly, but for a rainy day. So now I'm able to afford my trip to go to Paris to watch the Olympics, just by keeping the investment open and not trying to use it. So if something happens and there's no more investment, if it tanks, I'm not now reliant, I'm not angry with everyone else because I understand that investments fail, there's a risk to it, and I know how to sell so I can keep going.
So I'm just this question, I'm just gonna put it out there because I feel like there'll be a lot of little voices already. So I just want to tackle those little voices where people might say, well, you know, you privileged, you young white female, you privileged. How could you, you know, you got it all ways for you. What would you have to say to that, especially around the cash flow game?
Yes, there is some privilege in my life. I am a young white woman. But, you know, we came from Zimbabwe with essentially nothing. We lost our farm in Zimbabwe when I was young, and I've been open to learning. It took me a long time to want to learn, to want to help myself. And the biggest thing is you can't help people who don't want to help themselves. So it was being open to learning, to understanding and wanting to grow. I think a lot of people don't want to do the hard things. They're happy to complain about life is hard, life is difficult, but they're not there to, you know, try and learn new things, try the difficult things, because it is uncomfortable going into a new space, learning new things, and, you know, getting down and dirty with the hard things. Money's a hard thing to talk about. Money's a hard thing to learn about. So it's definitely been a challenge. And learning about money is very important, I think, growing up as a woman.
So lastly, what would you say to young women your age about coming to the cash flow game on the 25th of May that we're going to be hosting at Emperor's Court? What would your words of encouragement be to them?
Come join us. Take a risk. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to try new things. Have fun. Bring your friends. And I mean, I know I moved into a different space recently with friends. You know, I still have a lot of friends that are going out drinking all the time every weekend, and that's not a problem. It's just not something I do all the time anymore. I do that on occasion. And I think it's like finding a space where you can grow. I don't see myself growing as a person if I'm going out every weekend doing those things. I want to learn, I want to grow, and I want to be bigger, be a bigger person. And I think I encourage women, I encourage young girls to be open to growing, to be open to becoming a bigger, better version of yourself.
That's a great answer. Thank you very much, Michaela, for your time. Much appreciated. Good luck with the calls and getting people into the cash flow game. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this vid. If you guys have any comments or any feedback or you know more about the cash flow game, you can always send us a message wherever you are watching this or listening to this. And we will get back to you. So thank you guys. Be awesome. See you soon.